Output folder. Good. Wait. Okay. Are you recording, Zero?
One sec. Well, I will be. Give me 1 second. It doesn't want to recognize my microphone because it is hilarious. Just once. This is going to go right. Eventually this will go right.
We're gonna be so fucking smooth at this. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Because it hasn't gone right yet.
Not
Remember how
once.
well this worked when we weren't trying to be serious?
I know!
Test.
Doesn't matter if it's good.
Test.
It only matters if it rocks.
The main thing that
What
we do is to rock your socks off. Alright, do you need me to clap?
Okay, clap. Good. Okay.
Looks good on my end. Alright.
So, hello and welcome to Create Utopia with me, Chicory, and my co-host, Zero. Woohoo!
Yay, and this is the good one.
Shut up, you weren't supposed to mention it. This week it looks like we are playing Long Live the Queen, which I super love because she's just so darn cute. She's always getting into trouble. A little girl, a little silly girl. I think it's cute. And this week we're talking about sort of freedoms and versus totalitarian rule and things. Or not really, just about freedoms. Specifically, the First Amendment of America, freedom of speech, and the what is the other one, Zero? It's
We want to talk about the presidency and like the race thereof. And generally like language and society. I believe that was the other thing we were going to talk about.
but also
First Amendment, presidency, society.
and the right of being able to like sell things to people that you want to sell them to, or being able to like kick people out of your privately owned shop. And excuse me, I'm gonna be drinking miso just for a second because I'm really hungry.
It's true. I'm going to skip ahead. Eventually we'll do videos explaining each of these games. This is Long Live the Queen, as she said. And you play a young girl whose mother has just died. And in a few months, you will be turning old enough to become the queen.
Not a
So
few months, a
we-
year.
No, it's actually like 9 months.
Is it 9 months? I thought it was like a year. I thought you
Yeah.
had to survive a whole year.
Nope. That may actually be a spoiler, though, for some people who've never played this before.
Spoiler alert, sorry.
Yeah, so your goal is to survive. We will be her noble advisors. And mostly I will just be implementing the wonderful decisions Chicory makes.
Which are always good decisions.
Always. And before we start, what skills do you want her to learn?
I am going to give you the goals of living as long as you can, and also getting as many different costumes as you can.
Okay, it's been a while since I've played this game, so let's see if I remember how to live as long as possible.
That's the goal. The goal is to live as long as
Right
possible.
now, we only have the boarding school uniform.
You cannot choose nudity in this game. That's gross. She's too young.
She is 15.
She's 15. Not good. Anyway, what I was getting into. So, this actually happened a little while ago, but there was this hate group in Texas that was like, we are exercising our freedom of... I forgot to plug in my headphones. We are exercising our freedom of speech, and we are going to be drawing all of these pictures of Muhammad, which we know that bothers Muslim people, and screw them, blah, blah, blah. And then two guys from, I think Arizona, show up and are like, we're gonna shoot them. Which, is kind of crazy. And I don't know, it's just the whole, and then they put this spin on it, which was that they were doing like a not like a hate group thing, like let's hate on Muslims so much as a free speech thing the whole time. And so I don't know. I've never been one for any kind of organized religion, and so I don't. It's hard for me to give preference of like one or leeway, very much leeway for one, religion over the other.
I mean, that's fair. There is the question of one of the things that a lot of countries have trouble understanding about America, and that is directly affecting us around the planet at the moment, is a lot of people don't get how the American system works. Like in Germany, it's illegal to deny the Holocaust or to wear Nazi paraphernalia, and that's not actually illegal in the U.S.
It's frowned on, but
And lots of things that are frowned on in the U.S. are totally legal here. We have we have a weirdly puritanical system of freedoms that is also totally okay about other things, and freedom of speech is one of those. Arguably, if you classified everybody who spoke negatively about someone else as a hate group, then you would be classifying lots and lots and lots of people
as hate groups.
Well,
but
it's it's very similar to the. Oh, go ahead.
I'm sorry. I was going to say I think that like specifically this group was being watched by a watchdog organization in the South because they were basically spreading like incendiary lies about like Islam and Muslims.
Well,
but I mean, like that's not like something that like the Klan doesn't do, or like you said, people that deny the Holocaust don't do, or arguably creationists.
All right, there's a snake at our feet. Do you want to hold still or look down?
I know this is so deadly. Panic, panic, panic. Look down? No. Oh, but did we survive?
Yeah, the other girl gets bitten.
Oh, that's like super sad. Sorry, other girl.
So, yeah, in America, we have a bit of an issue with those sorts of questionable choices.
But
we also have a tendency to label other people's, like, we have a tendency to just throw the term terrorist around to other countries, even when it might be premature to do so.
Mm-hmm.
And we're way less likely to apply that to things like, and I'm going to try not to be quite so slanderous as you were, but...
I don't know what you're talking about.
But we try to... We have lots of what you would call our own homegrown religious terrorist groups.
Yeah.
And we don't call them that. We call them by other names. And, we let people get away with stuff because they're American that we don't let other countries get away with, which is kind of a weird double standard we set. Like, on the same front, we let people get away with stuff because they're not American that we don't let... that we then are very harsh on Americans about being, and I believe her name is Pamela Geller.
Yeah, I think so.
Whether or not what she's doing is immoral and in bad taste is its own question, and I think it would be hard to deny that it kind of is. It doesn't make it not free speech.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that, like, what sparked me was that my friend, who I don't think of as, like, that conservative, although maybe I should, put up this thing from Fox News about the Telecaster. I don't know the word for this.
Broadcaster.
Anchor. The female anchor. Thank you. Was like going on this crazy, like, we will not fade into the night kind of speech, and she was talking about, like, these people want to kill, like, our free speech, and she was making this claim that, like, oh, we got a new outfit. That's so nice. She was making this claim that people were being told not to utilize their free speech even in their own, like, private gatherings. and that's like at the core of not not being very American. Like being able to do shit by yourself in your own home is essentially like sacrosanct to most Americans.
Except that's not true. Like, there's lots of stuff that, I mean, essentially, if that was true, there would have been no gay marriage debate and there'd be no drug laws.
No, that's very true. That's a very good point.
So that's a patently untrue statement, because we ban all sorts of stuff from people doing at home, where if you kept them at home, you're arguably harming no one but yourself.
Yeah. But that was her argument, is all I'm saying.
Yeah. Well, her argument seems to not be fully thought out, but...
Well, it was Fox.
Was this Megyn Kelly? That Fox should not be held to a lower standard than other networks just because.
No, I'm using it as an explanation, not as an excuse, obviously.
That's fair. As long as people can keep using that as an explanation, the network is never going to get better. Because, the fans of it are just going to dig in and get entrenched, whereas the people on the outside are going to keep dismissing it.
Fair. Anyway, so I don't know. I think my reaction was just that I don't think that free speech is that much in danger. Like, I think that, even the Westboro...
they actually haven't been in
Raptors.
the news for a while, but yeah, the Westboros.
Yeah, like, people don't like them, but we found the most useful way of combating them is just to have more people with more signs being like, screw you. We don't like
Essentially, yes.
And so
it helps that a lot of their younger generation is leaving them, though. Like, they have lost a lot of the next generation and not been recruiting. They're kind of on the wrong swing, and they haven't, like, I don't know if they were expecting the sentiment in the U.S. to change as rapidly as it did, because we've had a kind of ridiculous swing on a lot of the areas. Like, I read a thing today, actually, about how in the 80s, 65% of people did not want a homosexual person teaching their kids. And, like, now most of the country is pro, like, gay marriage.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a tremendous swing in, like, 20 to 30 years.
Yeah, which is nice. I mean, like, it's a great start. I don't know.
It's a start.
But yeah, so I just think that, like, that kind of freedom isn't, like, that in danger. Although maybe that's a silly way of thinking, or it's like a too relaxed way of thinking. Oh, she looks so determined. I like that.
Yep. What is her mood right now, actually? Oh, we're extremely willful. That's good. Because we's about to start learning some magic.
Yeah.
Oh, no, we can't learn magic yet.
We gotta get the lumen.
Anyway.
Right? Do we have the lumen?
We did. I have to go to my aunt. We have to go to our aunt.
Okay.
And get her to teach us how to use it. That means I can learn something else in the meantime, though. So, yeah, that's... No, I agree with you. I don't think freedom of speech is going anywhere soon in this country.
Which is nice.
I also
Yay!
think Barack Obama was born in America, so I'm perhaps not the target audience for those types of fears.
I mean, he was born in Hawaii, right?
Yes.
I mean, it's pretty far from America. Jesus Christ.
Well,
twice. I will edit that out.
You're super bad at this. If you want to get technical, Marco Rubio didn't put Alaska or Hawaii on his map of America.
Yeah. Who's Marco Rubio?
Really? I thought we were going to talk about the presidents. He's one of the Republican candidates for president.
Oh.
He's from Florida.
Okay.
He's like one of the actual contenders in that race, as
Oh,
opposed to the many also-rans.
that's really worrying. That's really, really worrying.
That you don't know who it is? Yeah. Yeah,
Both.
it is.
Both. Anyway, I didn't really want. I kind of wanted to talk about the presidents, but I'm not super prepared to talk about it. Oh, it's the Lumen.
Well, you wanted to talk more about the Democratic race anyway.
Yeah. Which
So
I'm
we will
more
talk about
invested
that.
in.
There's fewer people you have to learn than the 19 potentially running to be. Although John Bolton dropped out last night, maybe it was earlier today. So one less, but the Republican field is ridiculously huge.
Maybe that's good though. I mean, like, I want to have more parties, you know? Maybe not like a million parties, but maybe like 4 parties wouldn't be so terrible. Right? Right?
I would love to have 4 parties. That'd be fantastic to me. We should talk about British elections, and then I can bore everybody for an hour.
Let's
The British
not.
elections were fascinating.
0. Don't. Let's not go down that trail. That's enough.
Scottish Nationalist Party.
Stop. Shh. It's okay.
Fine. So
Okay, so
You-
the other one that
you
I want to talk
often
about
come
that's
up-
kind of
yeah.
in league with freedom of speech is freedom to like choose who you're going to work with. Freedom of association. That's the word that I've been looking for this whole time. Association. Yay, we got books.
Yep. Do you want to invest in the printing press?
Yes.
Bam.
Way to go. Yeah. So there's this whole thing about people that are like, we don't want to cater to certain people, or we, want to use our religion as like an excuse for anything that we don't want to do, or maybe think is like gross. And it's just weird. I don't know. And it's weird on both sides, because on one side I'm like, well, maybe they shouldn't be forced to do something that they don't want to do. But on the other side, I'm like, that's like terrible. Like, then where does that line stop on either side? If you wanted to take either side to like the utmost end of where it could be,
Yeah, there's a difference between being a public business and being a private business. I don't think churches should be forced to hold weddings for people that they don't think should get married.
No, I would agree with that,
But a church is not a public business. Churches also probably shouldn't be tax exempt. But on
that's
the other
another
hand,
conversation for another day.
if you
buddy.
run a public business,
What would be an
and you
example of
have
a
no-
public business? Like hospitals? Those are private businesses, right? It depends on the kind of
actually,
hospital. Like there's private
it
and
depends-
public
yes.
hospitals. There's private and public schools. There's
True.
arguably private police forces and public police forces. I mean, if you like hire a bodyguard, that's kind of like a
there are
private police
not.
force.
Yes, but a bodyguard does not have law enforcement like rights, and cannot even necessarily they have to go through their own licensing process to have a weapon and stuff. There aren't really any legal private police forces, although weirdly we do have semi-legal private military forces, which is a strange legal loophole,
kind of a
mostly because
weird
they don't
thing.
operate in the US. The best way to put it would be a private business is one, or a public business is one whose mission statement is to serve the public rather than to serve a very specific group. So, like, a supermarket should not be able to refuse to serve you because you're gay. Now, they can stock whatever they want, so you can have a halal supermarket or a kosher supermarket, and
We
you
have
just
one of
don't
those.
stock any foods. You just don't stock any foods that don't meet your requirements. But you can't refuse, say, a Christian who goes into a halal supermarket
Okay,
because it's still a public business.
but what if
At least
the,
you shouldn't be able to.
What if the
Suppose you could.
Christian like went into the halal supermarket and was like, okay, so you know how like some businesses are like no top, no shoes, no service. What if the
Yeah,
halal
no
supermarket was like, girls have to wear this like the scarf,
The burqa?
Yeah.
Or what's the hijab?
the hijab, yeah.
Crap, I probably just totally butchered that. So no shirt, no shoes, no service is actually a health code thing. So they can discriminate because, otherwise they will get shut down by the health department.
Why is no shirt unhealthy?
Why is a person walking into a restaurant where people are carrying food not wanting your skin flakes to get all over it? I feel like
Feel
I
like you
shouldn't
still
have to
like
respond to
I
that.
don't know. I go in there with like this kind of like a shirt on and like my arms are like exposed.
It's true. I mean, you'd have to look up the health department regulations
Fair.
for wherever you are. I'm sure that there's lots of very interesting health department rules. I feel like there would be a certain chance of a suit that could happen there. And, well, that's a lot of failed tests. But ultimately what it comes down to is as long as they had that requirement, well, okay, I don't think it would work because it's clearly discriminatory towards women. If you required anyone who came into the store to wear the burqa of the job, it would be legal. Because it's not gender discrimination. If it was no shirt, no shoes, no service, unless you're a guy, that would also not be legal.
But we do that kind of thing all the time. Like, guys can walk around on, like, the beach and stuff like that in a top, and girls can't. That's discriminatory.
In some states, they do have laws. In Canada, also, women are also allowed to go topless. That is, I would actually agree with you that that's a discriminatory law, but there are some states. I don't believe that's actually a federal statute.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I think public nudity laws are state set.
This whole time, I thought that no shoes, no shirt, no service was like a, just a choice that places made.
No, I'm 90% certain that's a health code thing.
Okay, well, there you go. Learn something new every day, right?
So we have a question. There's an invading force attacking one of our allied provinces. Do you want to surrender the province? Do you want to offer money if Ixion withdraws? Do you want to bluff intimidate? Or do you want to execute the messenger?
What do you think we could get the most away with? I think I would like to bluff, but I want to make sure that we don't die.
We're not very good at bluffing. I don't think that will get us killed right here. But
could we execute him?
I think we should save that as a last resort because it will probably start a war. We don't have to go fight the war, but we might get people in our country killed.
How much money do we have?
A fair amount, and we're good at economics.
Okay.
We can try offering him money if you want.
Let's offer him money.
That is not acceptable.
Sorry.
We are willing to offer some payment, though. 8,000 lassie? That's more than all the Marie pays in taxes in a year. You want to make a counteroffer? We're really good at economics.
Yeah, counteroffer.
4,000 lassie is more than generous.
Yeah.
They accept our generosity.
Phew. At least that's over
And if you want, we can go check the treasury.
Cool.
We visit the Royal Treasury. We have 5,000 left, so it's a good thing we didn't pay him 8,000. We'd only have $1,000 left.
And like some leftovers.
Nailed it. Yeah, 1,000 and change.
Let's go the super girly route next. Magical girl. Oh man.
Bam.
What is the social outfit? I don't think I've ever even seen that.
You have. I can work on them next. I'm gonna max out our lumen first, though.
There.
Because willpower is kind of a pain to get up, so
while it's
better
up,
to
let's
max
just
it while
do
you
it.
can. Yeah.
That's fair. That's totally fair. So obviously what I'm talking about here, what we're kind of walking around, is the that pizza joint that was like, we don't super cater weddings anyways, but given the chance, we would not cater a gay wedding because they're gay and that's against our religion. And so I think this is a little bit different than our example of a supermarket because people have to have food. You do not have to have pizza.
It still serves the public.
Yeah, and they said they would serve
business.
like gay people. They just wouldn't go to a gay wedding. And they don't cater anyways.
So that whole situation is problematic for a number of reasons. Because one, it's clearly a setup question for people who were not expecting that. And in that sense, it's pretty unfair.
Yeah, these people are not giving out, is this a marriage offer?
Yep.
No, don't get married.
We are incapable of politely declining, just so you know. I am not married. I am only 14.
I'm only 14.
That may not have been gentle.
Sorry, bro.
At least we realize it.
She learns from her mistakes. I know that feeling.
It's true. It's true.
Anyway.
So yeah, I feel like that was an entrapping question. Like I'm more annoyed with the reporters.
Yeah, they clearly took advantage of the situation, but I'm just really surprised. Well, maybe I shouldn't be surprised. I am irked by the response that happened, which was that everybody from around the country was screw these people, or all of the people on let's say the left side who are pro, equal rights, I want to say. or pro, GBTLSA, or an acronym. Um, we're like, screw these people. We've never been there. We're never going to go there. But we're
Did
gonna
you say
leave.
all?
Well, no, not all, because I didn't do it.
Isn't that the feminist mistake? Like, every time someone's like, I hate feminism, it's because all feminists act like this?
Yes, I made that mistake. I'm sorry. Thank you for calling out with me. But there
Yeah.
was an outpouring of outrage. Can I say that?
There was. There was righteous... There was self-righteous anger.
Yeah. And then on the other side, so they like wrote all these crazy comments. They like did all these things like kind of to this business in the middle of nowhere that was kind of not prepared for this kind of repercussion.
Yeah. The news reporter kind of drove to the middle of nowhere and ambushed this business in not rural, but not... They looked for a business that would get them the response they wanted, which is bad journalism, which I don't approve of either. Does that mean you have to say inflammatory things on local television? No, but I give her props for answering honestly. I don't have to agree with her to at least, like, think it's okay she answered honestly. Do I think that she should... I mean, also, it's important to note that lots of gay people chimed in and said, hey, I don't agree with what you said, but I don't think you deserve all the hate you're getting either
Yeah,
for
there was
answering
like
honestly
several
to an
articles
ambush
about
question.
that. I think I read something that like someone donated like $20 and like wrote this whole page about it and was like exactly what you said.
You're not going to change people's minds by being a jerk.
No.
Like, if you
But then on
disagree
the
with
other
these
side,
people,
they like were like sort of driven out of business or like kind of forcibly retired. But then on the more conservative side, were given all of this money because people were like, we're going to like support you through this thing and we don't want you to like go into debt and like go do all these other crazy things. So they gave them like thousands of dollars. Put it to work.
Question. You want to put it to work? Got it. So, and that's fair. I'd be curious what the financials of the pizza place were, whether it was successful or unsuccessful before this happened. Because for all we know, it was already a partially failing pizza place and all that money that went in. Like, and so they're like, oops, because of this controversy, we have to close it down. And we don't know. There's lots of details we don't know about the case.
That's true. It seemed like it had been in the community for a while, though.
Yeah.
At least that was the, like, reporting that had been done, which was so great, so I don't know.
Right.
But I don't know, I've heard sides that are like, people should be able to choose who they associate with, and if they don't want to do something, they should be free to not have to do something. And doesn't it make more sense anyways that if you want to have like a wedding or you want to have something that you want someone that's going to enjoy being there with you? Like if I had a cake, that I was like having for my husband or something, and who's like turning however old he is now, I'm sure I should know that. And I went to a bakery and was like, my husband...
You're on a roll today.
I know, it's so bad. I'm just a mess. Anyway, we think that that's like an unlucky number and we don't like it, so we're not going to have a cake for that. Versus, like I want to have like a scandalous cake made that's like very like phallic or something for like my friend's bachelorette party, and the bakery's like, you've come to the right place. Other bakeries wouldn't do this, but we will make you a gigantic cake in any shape that you want. Right?
Is your question whether people should be forced to make things that they outright say their business doesn't make? Or whether a public business should be asked to serve the public? Because those are two different questions.
I think that the former, I guess?
Oh, what do you want to print? Oh, cool. They added a new option. There was an update to this game a while back.
Oh, is it the pro-lumen propaganda?
Yeah, you used to just be able to print religious doctrine or poems praising your mother.
Pro-lumen propaganda.
You want to... All right, let's do pro-lumen propaganda. Oh, God, we just failed our lore roll. By the way, I've never done that option before, so I hope this turns out well.
We'll see how that turns out. It could be great. It could be less great.
Yeah, what could go wrong?
Anyway, but yeah, basically to force people to serve things that they don't want to. Like the cake place could make a cake with the number like 31, 2 on it. If they wanted to. Like that's certainly within the cake place's ability, you know?
Yeah. The thing is that I feel like there's a big distinction between saying, yeah, to move it off of gay rights, to say, yeah, why should white bakeries have to serve black weddings, or even worse, mixed race weddings, as opposed to saying, yeah, why should this family-friendly bakery be forced to bake a bunch of penis cakes? Those are different questions to me. I don't know if they are to you.
They are, but I wanted to take like the most innocuous or the most silly instead of being like super hardcore about it. But I think that you're right. Maybe it should be equated to that. That's more in the past, but I was taking it more like, what if people just didn't like each other, you know? Which is true. Sometimes they're just like, screw you.
If you're a business and you very clearly set out in your business purview, I do elegant and refined cakes for weddings, you should serve people who want to come in and get married. If you set yourself out as, I do raunchy cakes for a bachelor and bachelorette party, and someone, like, now don't get me wrong, if someone goes to you and says, I want your breast cake, and I didn't say best, I said breast cake.
I heard that.
For my wedding, I feel like there's one of those stores that's going to turn them down, and there's one of those stores that's going to say, yeah, that would be awesome. And I don't blame the one that turns them down. Like, the guys who make your elegant 7-story cakes or sweet Rebel Alliance cakes, go Mark.
Hey, that was my idea, Zero.
Oh, then go you. That cake was awesome.
I know.
For weddings.
I just wanted 2 flavors, so I was like, well, we'll go traditional and awesome.
Yeah. Did you want to lead the parade and make a speech, or would you rather not go out?
We're not super gifted at this kind of thing, right?
No. If this was a magical attack, we'd be awesome. Giving a public speech, not so awesome.
Can we just lead the parade and like make a showing and not give a speech? Or
We can lead the parade, yeah.
What if we fail?
We're not elegant. I don't know. I'm sure we'll be fine, right? What could go wrong? It's only long live the queen.
Ah!
We've only got another, 26 minutes max? We're fine. I don't know how long we've actually been recording. Do you want to lead the parade or hide in the tower?
Let's lead the parade.
Sweet. I will be the best parade leader ever.
Way to go, Elodie. Elodie's a pretty...
Your dad is super proud of you.
My little girl, he says. Her dad is like, well, I guess he's young, and she's young.
You should get Mark to dress up as Jocelyn. I think Mark would make an awesome Jocelyn.
Okay.
Also, Mark should just totally have a cosplay outfit that's a crown.
Just a crown.
Yeah, I don't really care what the rest is. I just think that would be hilarious. Oh my god. Well, we didn't burn anything down. That's good.
That's fine, right? Anyway.
Yeah. That's fine.
We didn't fuck it up too badly.
Right.
Anyway, so what you're saying, but if you're a bakery selling place, then maybe sell baked goods. But if you're not a bakery place, don't worry. But I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, so I think that what we were talking about with the pizza place was they don't do weddings anyways. Like, I don't know why. Why?
Right. That's why the question is ridiculous. Like, would you, as a pizza place that doesn't cater, period, would you cater a gay wedding?
I think it was an example that, they were looking for an example for that law that passed in that state.
Yeah. Well, and they picked an inflammatory example. I say that the problem with this actually lies with the news agency more than the people who made dumb comments. Because you don't have to work that hard to find people who will make dumb comments on the air.
What did you think? What was the law about they were referencing in the article, though? Like, they were like...
Indiana was passing a religious freedom law that allowed people to, say, we don't want to do this because our religion forbids us to do it. But Indiana doesn't have a law in the books that makes discriminating against LGBTQ A,
I think that's it. Is that it?
and the continuing amount of acronyms that are added to that.
All of which we respect for like their own, thing.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, asexual,
Queer.
straight, queer,
Alliance
and so
or
on
allies.
and so forth. Yeah, and then if you feel you deserve to be on that spectrum, please add your own letter on, because it's all inclusive.
Yeah.
They don't have a law in the book protecting that, so it makes laws that similar laws have passed other places, but it's extra problematic when you don't consider gays to be part of the civil rights movement.
Yeah, which is a little annoying.
Yeah.
Gays or anyone in that overarching group, including queers, transsexuals, on and on.
Yes. Who do you want to dance with? We don't know anybody, and we have been neglecting our studies of the kingdom.
Someone our age that's cute. That's what a 14-year-old girl would do. Come on, it's true.
I was never a 14-year-old girl, but you were, so I'll believe you.
Well,
He's always been nice to us at school. I've actually never danced with this person. Oh, we trip over our own feet. We have terrible court manners. Next time we'll do the court manners route so you can see it.
thank you.
Banyan likes us because we totally negotiated the settlement with Ixion.
Yay!
Oh yeah, we actually
What is this new
should
dialogue?
be able to... No, yeah, we can sense magic. Our Aunt Lucille is a lumen.
Oh!
Do we want to talk to our aunt?
Yeah, sure.
Aunt Lucille, may I speak with you privately? I can sense your powers. You're a lumen.
I find you lack of
What?
lumen.
I am too. That's how I know. Can't you sense that? No, I can't. She looks down, shaking her head. I don't know that you've seen this track before. She has a lumen crystal. She can make the crystal appear and disappear and can block out sound. You think she's lying because she seems to have a lot of magic. Old,
But
strong magic. This might actually be a new track. Why keep it hidden? Magic is dangerous. Pretty sure she heals her daughter when she gets bitten earlier in the story. Do you want to accuse her of hiding something or offer her a court position?
She's our aunt,
Hey,
right?
this
So
is a
she's
new tree.
probably not going to kill us. Unless she kills us to make room for her daughter.
Yeah,
That's
that's
some Game
possible.
of Thrones thinking.
That is some Game of Thrones thinking.
Offer her a court position.
I don't know. Her daughter and you get along pretty well, until you got her bitten by a snake. Chicory.
Nah, sorry, Zero.
You are my new lumen minister. If you train me, you'll become even stronger.
Strain with me.
I want that strength here to defend the capital. Sweet. You are
Yeah.
making some roads. It's nice to be able to enjoy time with friends and family.
Isn't it? Except
Yep.
when they're
All
plotting
right.
to kill you.
Yep.
What else are we going to talk about? Oh yeah, presidency. Who is the Okay, so have we kind of laid this to rest? That if you're gonna,
Do you have more stuff you want to talk about? I feel like I've said my piece, but
I just was gonna sum up that like, my feeling is that if you're going to offer a service, offer it to everyone. End of story.
agreed.
And
Agreed.
I don't know.
If you're a
Don't lie to
public
people.
business, you should serve the public, but you should not be required to change your entire business model to accommodate the public.
Yeah. And also maybe don't jump on people. I mean, like, don't make dividing lines worse. Which I think is like what the two kids that went to go shoot the, like, so first of all, like the Draw Muhammad contest was about making dividing lines worse, and then the people going to shoot them, that was worse, and the actual community of people who were Muslims in that city were watching the whole thing and they were like, I don't know how I feel about this.
They know they were on Democracy Now! They have statements about her. They
Yeah.
are none too happy with her.
Well, they were not very happy with her, but they were also not very happy with the people that were going to go shoot up the place. Because they're like, look, we're trying to just live peaceably here. And you're making that very difficult.
This woman is totally hitting on your dad.
Oh, we're super not good at communicating with that kind of thing, right? So, But we are athletic. Are we athletic?
Not really.
Mm,
We're getting there.
trip her?
Are you sure? Let's trip her. We're gonna fall on our face. Tripped
Oh!
ourselves.
I know that feeling.
Now we're angry. Dad's gonna be like, whatever, I'm a grown man, daughter.
You'll understand these things when you're older.
Whatever. It's true. It's what he's all like.
Anyway,
I suppose I
so
don't really need the social skills anymore.
excuse me. What? So this is the second time I've said excuse me this thing. I'll just cut that out too. Fuck it. So, but who is the presidential guy that we're going for in the Democratic Party? Not
Me?
Hillary.
Well, you're thinking of Bernie Sanders.
Bernie Sanders. Good old Bernie Sanders. I like him. I like the way he, like, feels. One of the people. Not afraid to, like, be wrong. Well, afraid to be wrong, but not afraid to, like...
What a weird choice of words.
Not afraid to, like, take a very hard stance and be... Not talk through, politician, but to be really real. To say, no, I think this is crap and this is good and blah, blah, blah. Rather than just not really saying anything. Using a lot of words to not say very much and then doing things.
Do we want to raise taxes, keep them the same, or lower taxes?
Keep them the same?
Cool. We got plenty of money, so we should be fine.
Yeah, that's what I thought. See, I'm paying attention. Some.
I believe you.
Okay, so last thing is pet peeves. We actually got to pet peeves. I can't believe
You
that.
didn't want to talk about Bernie Sanders more? That was a quick hit.
You didn't go
Wow.
anywhere with it. Like, I was waiting for you to pick up the slack.
You had lots and lots of complaints about Hillary that you told me that these people have never heard.
Oh,
So,
I've kind of, like I said, I didn't brush up. I thought that the other thing was going to take much longer, and so I didn't brush up on my Hillary hate. But yeah, I don't like Hillary. She freaking scares me. I don't like her ties to Wall Street. I don't like that she doesn't really say any, or at least when I was looking at what she was saying, she hadn't really given out like a really clear statement of what she wanted to do with the presidency if she won. I think that she comes from a very rich background, and so I really want somebody that doesn't do that isn't a Clinton or isn't used to having that much power. I don't know.
what's your thought on Jeb Bush running? Although he's kind of out of the running at this point because he just made a major screw up. But let's say that he was running competently and not cheating and screwing up in the press, like the Bush versus Clinton too.
I would be really sad. That's what I would be. I would be like, they have just bought the tickets.
It's true. Well, and
I think that's another thing that I
thankfully it
like
doesn't look
about
we're gonna hit
Bernie
it.
Sanders is he is like relying on people to get his word out. So I'm doing that. Go Bernie Sanders. Question him about Crystal.
So yeah, so basically you're the reason you like Bernie Sanders is because he's less dynastic and he actually seems to be going a direction you approve of. I would agree with that. I think if nothing else, he'll actually be able to give Clinton the hard questions, and he's strangely a less controversial choice.
How do you think?
Well, because he's consistent, he has a long record you can look at. He's held a number of different offices and is fairly popular among his own constituents.
That's good. That's
And
all
he
good
does
things.
and what is both a positive and a negative form is that he actually takes stances on things.
Yeah, that's like this kind of scary part. But I think all of the stances that he takes, I'm pretty much in favor of. Pretty much.
Woo, we got another crystal.
Woohoo! So yeah, I'm not a
Totally.
big Hillary person. Also, I think her logo is stupid and could have been way better.
I like Helvetica.
I don't know. I saw this one that was like a little arrow that was like sweeping up to the side instead of going straight through, and it was just way better.
Have you seen the Helvetica font where it takes every letter of the alphabet and puts the weird arrow through it? It's pretty good. I'm a
I
big
have
fan
not,
of the
but I
Helvetica font.
now need to.
Yep. I'll try to get you that link so that if we ever have show notes, you can put it in the show notes.
Absolutely. Look at our little shorts though, and our little sports bra.
Yep.
That's so cute.
We're training some athletics right
I
now.
thought I told you to do social next. Didn't you listen to me?
I thought you meant next game.
No, I meant like the
You
next.
said survive. You want to survive. We although actually I should probably be training.
Reflexes.
Let's do a quick kick on running and then we'll start moving up to the reflexes. Athletic options are better for us if you want to live. We're kind of past a lot of the social stuff.
Okay. Next time, let's start out princessy, princess.
Yeah. So I what with a squid?
That's terrible.
Climb out and grab it or ignore it?
How good are we? We're swimmers now. We're not.
Yeah, we didn't really kick up the climbing, but
Let's ignore it. I don't think I ever ignored it.
what's the word? It's better than breaking your neck. If you're lucky, the rain will wash the words away.
Hopefully, nothing terrible will happen.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so yeah, I'm not super down with Hillary for Clinton. Clinton too, who is a very different president, I think, than her husband. And
Yeah, although her husband's clearly got her back, which is cool.
which is nice. They've had not great times, but politically, I think they make a good team.
Yeah.
So yeah,
So that's our early thoughts on the presidential race. I'm looking forward to the Republican debates. They start in August. We'll see how many people they can fit on one stage.
maybe they'll have to like go by points, and like they'll have like a two versions of it or something. I don't know.
There we go.
Maybe they can have like a deathmatch style where they like debate each other and debate each other and debate each other, and then it's like the last two are like the best. You know what I mean? Like a tournament style,
I really want a debate tournament now.
right?
So, yes, I'm in for this plan.
Yes. I don't know.
Ultimate Debating Championship,
I think it
the
would be really
UDC.
cool. I don't know. Anyway, I think that makes us having about an hour, so I think maybe we should sign off about now and get to pet peeves next time.
We didn't. Are we going to put off pet peeves again? We can if you want. We're at
yeah.
about 50 minutes.
Let's put
Although
off-
we did do. No, we started like right when we started this time, so this 50 minutes is real.
Yeah. Which is what we should
All
do.
right.
This has been good.
Yep. What do we want to do with this kid?
Send him to
Throw him
his
out the window?
grandfather.
Okay.
No, wait. Too late. No.
You're the boss, boss.
What's the worst that can happen?
Yeah. All right. So, you want to sign off?
Yeah, so
This has been Create Utopia. What are your final thoughts, Chicory? We talked about freedom of speech, the First Amendment.
okay, here it is. Here it is.
Hayton.
It's okay to be assholes to each other as long as you don't physically hurt each other. Or
Okay.
but I mean, like, it's not great to be assholes to each other. Try to keep that to a minimum. But it shouldn't be illegal. We should always protect that right to be assholes. If you're going to design a company, make sure that you write in, what you're going to be doing. If you're a pizza place that doesn't cater, make sure that you put that in the title, in the objective. And,
Don't name your business pizza place that doesn't care.
no, don't do that. What was the other thing? Oh, vote for Bernie Sanders. Like, keep an eye on him. And I don't know. Oh, the last thing was the Pope. We didn't really talk about the Pope. Pope is like all up in like politics business, and people don't really like that. But I think it's hilarious.
I thought the politicians who were telling the Pope, ruler of his own country, to stay out of politics, the American politicians, were hilarious.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
because
so go
it's
Popey.
like, yeah,
I like this
go
Pope a
Count
lot
Populon.
for being a Pope. I still don't like, organized religion very much.
What does your husband think about him?
I think he likes him. I haven't asked him that much about it. Because, like, the Pope is, like, good on some things, but, like, still bad on other things. He's still, like, he's like, if you've had an abortion, like, just ask business, and it's, like, cool, but don't do abortion. And he's like, gay people can go to heaven, but don't get gay married. Gay married. And, stuff like that. So he's, like, I think sort of trying to, like, find a middle ground, but it's hard for him because he's still bound by, like, being religious. Tutu. She's
It's true.
way too angry to be wearing that tutu.
That's because she's going to wear that tutu to weapons training.
Yeah!
So, yeah, now that we've talked about we've done your brief aside on the Pope.
So
That
go Popey.
really, we should have given that more time. But
We totally
it's a
should have.
cool issue.
Another time.
But we'll leave it with your thoughts on that. Your thoughts on, you already said about Bernie Sanders.
What was the last
Anything
one
else
we
you want to
talked
share your
about?
thoughts on? Well, I mean, that's most of it. We talked about the presidential race.
I think that's it. Those are my final thoughts.
All right.
Take them or leave them.
So
Screw you. No, it's
that is an aggressive ending.
I'm sorry, it's been an aggressive day. Sometimes you're just aggressive. What do you want? Anyway, I'm glad we lived. We're living. That's great. Way to go, Zero.
We are living.
I'm so proud
If
of
you
you.
can call living in a tutu living.
I would live in a tutu. I would look ridiculous living in a tutu, though.
We can tutu if we want to. So yeah, this is Create Utopia. I'm Zero.
And I'm Chicory. Thanks for
And
listening.
thanks for
Please
watching.
like
Subscribe.
and subscribe.
Click like.
Subscribe. Definitely subscribe.
All that stuff that will require Chicory to actually get a video up.
Yeah, absolutely. Someday.